Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and to Just a Girl Who Loves Hop. So everybody's going to have something different that they love, or there might be some that might love the same thing. Mine is going to be espresso, well, coffee, but I buy a Starbucks espresso, and that's what I use. I do have an espresso machine. I've had the same one for the last 25 years. Yeah, a long time, and it still works. Now, there is missing parts on it. This one thing that clamped everything together, it broke off, and I thought, oh no, it's not going to work anymore. It still worked. And I broke my little pot and ordered another one, but it still works after all this time, and it still works great. And I love the espresso because I love lots of cream in my coffee. And the only way you're going to taste the coffee when you put as much cream as I do in there is if it's strong. So I love espresso. I do have a Keurig. And yeah, I use it for company. And every now and then I will get me a cup from it. But I used my espresso machine before, and I made espresso for company, and it was crazy. They tried it out and they said, it tastes like 2-day-old coffee. Who drinks 2-day-old coffee? I mean, I'm like sitting there in shock because I like my coffee fresh. That's one thing about the espresso machine, and why I liked it. It's because I can make 1 cup right there. Well, a little pot. I make the whole pot. It's supposed to be 4 cups of espresso, but it all fit in my cup. And so did the cream. But yeah, and that cup in the picture is one my sister got me, several years ago, maybe 10 or so, and it's got Tinkerbell on it. And so of course I had to put it by my bag of coffee. But that's what I love. It's like I go to bed at night thinking about morning getting up to drink the espresso. And when I get up, that's first place I go, is in there to put it on and get it made and have me a drink. And of course, I like other forms too. I'll make iced coffee in the afternoon or a frappuccino. And I do love going to Starbucks too. So yeah, when you got espresso, you can make all kinds of stuff out of it. I started to mount this picture on the vanilla cardstock first, but then I decided that it wouldn't, the peach color wasn't going to show up very well on the plaid if I put it down last. So I put it down first and then the cream so it show up better. And I'm going to add some more borders here. I added the one with the bows on the bottom, and then I added the laurel leaf from Martha Stewart. The one with the bows is We Are Memory Keepers. And then this one I took my Martha Stewart, I think that's envelope maker and envelope maker. It's to make envelopes. But I use it to, with a stylus or the bone folder, and I like to make other stuff with it too. And especially if you're making like minis or anything, it comes in handy. Well, I used it just to make lines on that top piece of cardstock rather than it stay plain. But there's my title, Just a Girl Who Loves Her Coffee. I want mine. I'd rather have mine. I'd rather have the Starbucks espresso than anything else. And yeah, I had the others all cut out, and that is Heidi Swapp handwriting dies. And I thought I should put an exclamation point on here. It'll look a lot better if I put an exclamation point on here. So I had to go back and cut out the exclamation point. And these little cutout things, they're different types of coffee. I got them off eBay, and I will leave a link down there below. You get 4 of them, and I tossed the one with the bright pink aside. And here I'm cutting the green off, the bright green, off of the other one. And they're all done in cream, so that's why I'm using the vanilla cardstock instead of the white. Anything that is white that I end up using, I'm going to see that ink pad down there, the close to my heart one. It's called Parchment. I'm going to use it on the stuff that's white to make it look more like the vanilla color. That's in the cardstock in the background. It's not going to really exactly match, but the tones are going to go together. And I don't mind mixing white and cream, but on this layout, it seemed like I needed to have it all cream. But aren't those little cutouts cute? Anyway, they were like $1.29 on eBay, and you got 4 of them. And she had all kinds of stuff. And she does all the layering and everything for you, too. So when I got them, I was surprised. I thought I was going to get the pieces to make them, and they were already all made. And it's probably been a year since I got them. But I checked before I started the video, and she still sells them. But they're adorable, and they work great on a coffee layout. And I'm so glad I finally got them on there. And I got one extra I can use. Oh, I'm just layering behind this cup. Since there's 3 layers behind the picture, you'll count in the picture. I wanted it to be the same height. And I was afraid if I put foam tape, it'd be too much. So I just layered some cardstock there. And this one I'm actually putting foam tape on because I want it to stand out above the one in the back. And those flowers, I fussy cut them out of a paper. I didn't cut all the leaves. Some of the leaves were like really delicate. So I used my leaf die, one of my leaf dies, and I made some the same colors that they had behind there and just glued them behind them, similar to what they had them on the paper that I cut out from. And that way I'd have some more greenery on there. I'm going to put some on each one of the cups to decorate them up, but then I'm going to add some to the page. And I'm still not going to have enough because, you know, I'm not a less is more kind of gal. I like extras. So I will have to fussy cut a few more. But I am going to cut it out so you won't have to watch the whole fussy cutting thing. And some of the flowers I'm going to put up on foam tape, and some of them I am not. I'm just going to hair them straight down. Oh, here's where I wanted to make sure if anybody looked at this layout that they could tell that it was Starbucks espresso that I like the best. You can look at the picture and tell it, but they may not notice that. So I wanted to make sure it's Starbucks espresso that I love. And yeah. It is the best stuff. And when I first got my espresso machine, I just put regular coffee in there. And my daughter says, Mom, you need to get some espresso. They have Starbucks espresso. You need to get it and try it. She said, I had some at a friend's house, and she said, there's a huge difference. Well, I did it. I was hooked, and I've been buying espresso for it ever since. Coffee, regular coffee has not gone in it, not one time since then. And this little die cut is so cute. I would love to have, my daughter makes t-shirts, and I'm going to have her make me one. It says, I will drink coffee here and there. I will drink coffee everywhere. I started to buy one once off the internet, and I talked myself out of it, so I got a different one. And I paid $18 for the one I got, but the one that I wanted had this on it, and it also had Cat in the Hat on there. And my daughter says it's because, of course, she was not making t-shirts at the time I did that. But anyway, she told me when we were discussing it later, it's because it had the colors in there. And that's what made it cost more. So if I found one that was just black and white or something, it would have been probably the $18. But yeah, I love that little saying, so it had to go on there. And I did put it on foam tape, and I am going to put the flowers around it and then some enamel dots. I'm going to end up putting quite a few enamel dots on here. Instead of just putting them in 3 places, I ended up scattering them on the page. And yeah, I liked them scattered on there. I had 2 packages with the same color, which I knew I did. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about it once I put my enamel dots on, and I had to go ahead and get the other package. But yeah, all I'm doing right now is scattering these. So I'm going to talk about the hop. If you look down there below, it'll be everybody else that's in on the hop. Christy is the one who started the hop and asked if anybody wanted to join. And of course, I don't know why I'm waiting to the last minute to get mine uploaded because I'm ahead on several. I've got several done for September. It's just that for some reason I did not have this one done. Well, I was hunting for my printed picture of this that I had, and I was going to use it for my layout. Well, I had to take another picture. I used the same cup, but that is definitely a different bag of espresso than the original picture, because I think I probably took it 5-6 years ago and just hadn't scrapped it yet. But yeah, Christy's the one who started it and got it all together. And that's Christy of Christy's Beautiful Life. Anyway, I am putting the enamel dots on here, and I was thinking I was done when I did that, but I am not. And the reason I am not going to be is because I decided to put a cluster up in the top left and the bottom right after, well, I actually held it up there too for the close-ups and thought of that. I thought, oh, I really need it. It looks so plain. And so, yeah, I'm going to put a cluster in the top left, bottom right. Then I'm get ready to take my picture again. And I thought, well, I'll clean up so that, I've got space around the picture to do the pictures. And I somehow picked that ink pad up and it wasn't shut good, and I dropped it on my page. So I'm going to purposely add some ink to my page. And then I thought, well, I might as well add some splatterings while I'm at it. So my page will completely change from the original time I thought I was done till I actually got done. Oh, and here's where you see, that's why it looks like it did. It just kind of went over into it. I thought I had not turned the camera off yet when I decided to add the cluster at the top left and the bottom right, and realized it didn't. So I took everything apart so I could go ahead and put it back together again for you all. And I added a little more to it too. Well, I think all I added to was the top left one because I wasn't done with the bottom right one. I just started on it. But I ended up adding a flower to it and the enamel dots. But yeah, I had an accident with the ink. And now it's faded out so much. It may have faded out if I had just left it. I might have been able to make my cluster a little bit different and had the cup cover it up. I don't know, but I like it. I like the ink on there, and I like the splattering on there. So I guess it's serendipitous that I dropped the ink pad on there, because I do like what I ended up adding to it. And I decided to add foam tape underneath the coffee. And the coffee is the name of the collection. It's on the branding strip. And it had the little flowers on there too. And so it repeated what I was already doing there. But yeah, here's where I turned the camera back on again. And added the ink around there, and I did add the parchment, so it's not very dark, and like I said, it looks like it's really faded out now where it's not very dark at all. And then I'm going to add some Mr. Huey's, and I think it's called Manila. Yeah, I think it should be a lot lighter than that, because when I think of Manila, I think of Manila folders, but it is not. It's pretty dark. But that's it. That's my layout. Be sure to check out all the other gals down there below and see what they love and how they made their layouts. And yeah, isn't that cute? I mean, that little cup is just adorable. And it was on the sticker sheet. And there's, I will drink coffee here, there. I will drink coffee everywhere. And there's my coffee. And yeah, that's my layout. But check everybody else out below. And if you leave a comment, I will get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. And thank you for the wonderful comments you may leave. It makes my day. But yeah, I love coffee. I thought about doing scrapbooking, But I thought I've loved coffee longer. I've drank coffee longer, so I'll do it. But thank y'all so much for watching. Have a happy scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.